All right, so since it seems like you guys are so blown away by these announcements, do you mind if I move us over to the one thing I wanted to show you from the Ubisoft event?
Do it.
Was
Sure.
there anything else you guys had to say here? I mean, I'm
No, I didn't
No.
watch the Ubisoft because that just aired tonight, right?
a few hours ago. I watched it at like 4. It was live or something.
Okay.
Let me guess.
Um,
Just Dance? No.
yeah, they announced Just Dance,
Of course
another
they
one.
did. I'm
Yeah,
not surprised.
it's the first one where they're not going to be on Wii.
Oh
They're avoiding the
no.
Wii.
Oh no.
First one in a while. But I'll try and pull up an image for you. But this is the one thing I took away from that whole event. I don't know if you guys can see
I'm putting it
my
up
monitor.
on. There we go.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
this entire this is I can already tell people were infuriated by this when they showed it.
Oh boy.
But so this entire event was very Assassin's Creed heavy because this is the 15th anniversary of the video games franchise. So the first hour of the show maybe was normal Ubisoft stuff where they showed basically nothing new and it was all just live service, continuation, content oriented things and other titles that people had already known about. But the last half hour was this big 15th anniversary thing, and man, I'm telling you, they were building up to like showing something like super mega incredible, and it was so incredibly baffling just exactly how they showed off what is here. So I'll explain what's here if you don't know. But it's basically a roadmap for the next 2 years for Assassin's Creed, and for 2022, I mean, you get a last DLC chapter for Valhalla, which is cool. But then when you get to 2023, look at how confusing all like all 5 of these are different things that are coming out next year that are Assassin's Creed. And I'll
I
show.
don't think is on the horizon mean 2023, like, or is that like several years down the line?
I thought
Because
they, or maybe that's what they meant, but
I don't think that.
yeah, I mean, maybe you're right,
Well,
but
Assassin's Creed Infinity was. They've been talking about that for years. That's going to be their live service
that's
Assassin's
that's
Creed.
one of the
Yeah.
5. Yeah. So
Hmm.
basically, they announced Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is their 2023 Assassin's Creed game, which is takes place in Baghdad
Hmm.
or something, which is kind of interesting. But then when you get over here, I was watching it live. At the end, they just start spewing all of these code names at you, and it's just like people were so baffled that like, and they didn't even show gameplay for Mirage. They just showed a cinematic, and it's like
Hmm.
people were expecting them to show gameplay, and it's like no, they were just like they showed a quick thing for this, and then they went on to this. So, codename Red is apparently that's feudal Japan. So they announced these things that people have been like expecting and wanting, but they just announced them so crappily. It's just like I'm assuming it's more of an investor thing that the way they
Yeah,
kind of announced this.
I think
I'm,
that's
I'm
probably what
assuming that
this
means they're
is.
doing bad is because they're just like, oh crap, we got to give investors a reason to
Well,
fund us for the next couple of
Ubisoft has
years.
been. I mean, they've been trying to put themselves in the market. I think for a while. They just had. Was it Tencent just bought a huge
Do you
portion of
have this
them?
image up so people can see
Yeah,
it? I don't
yeah,
know
it's
if
up.
you. Okay. I didn't know. It would be hard not seeing it.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
I mean,
Sorry.
I think this is very much an investor thing. Like, here's the thing. Like, I would imagine at least, definitely the Infinity stuff is probably still very much in the oven, right? I doubt they have a lot of any gameplay to really show they're confident with. Probably similar with Mirage. I would imagine they're further along with that, but if they didn't show anything, that means they probably feel like it's not ready at this moment. And
They didn't show
2023
anything.
could be, next like fall, winter kind of time frame. So we could still be a year out from that Assassin's Creed. So this feels like something they probably needed to. Once again, as I was saying with Sony, they need to throw out games and things that are coming out next year for earnings calls and stakeholders. So that's probably what this is them listing off the stuff they're about to, not to start developing, but they're releasing in the next year to 2 years, just to give those stakeholders something to kind of bite onto. But Ubisoft has been in weird stakes for a
Yeah.
while now. I know Tencent. I'm pretty sure it was Tencent. Just bought
Pretty sure.
like 49% of not Ubisoft, but the was it Guillermo? What's the name of the family who owns this? Gal-
Yves Guillemot.
yeah,
Yves
Guillermo.
Guillemot.
Like the what is it? The organization or the entity that owns Ubisoft is named after their family name. I think Tencent bought
Hmm.
49% of that, so they have a really big stake now in Ubisoft period, because they own pretty much the parent organization over it. So I think this is just Ubisoft trying to make themselves appealing to as many buyers as possible, so that family can retire, take all the money, and pass off the buck to some other owner.
I think again, what people were mad about is that they didn't show any gameplay for Mirage, and like this whole roadmap thing that they just kind of put on screen. It's just to me, it's just super. To me, it's just kind of sloppy and very confusing. It's just like, sure, maybe this is appealing for an investor, but for like a fan or just a casual gamer, like I don't know what any of this means. I mean, again, like yeah, we know what Infinity is, but it's just like, does Nana know what Infinity is? You know, like what?
Banana's not gonna buy.
I'm joking. I mean, just
Yeah,
casual Joe.
I get what you're saying. I don't know. I guess I didn't expect any more than this. Here's the thing. This kind of thing is very par for the course. Like, this is the type of roadmap you see 343 put out, or Destiny put out, or whatever, game or publisher is putting out stuff in the future. This is what they do now. I'm not saying it's what I like to see, but I'm not shocked by it. Is it disappointing? Sure, but I don't know. I feel like gaming in general has just been kind of disappointing when it comes to the big AAA stuff as of late. So, par for the course.
So if you don't know, Codename Red is feudal Japan. Codename Hex is, that's like Salem.
Yeah, it looks like
witchcraft,
Salem Witch. Yeah,
Massachusetts type stuff. Which that's very far in the future, right? Isn't Salem is like 1800s? I mean, that's not that long ago.
Well,
they must be really going. I know they have the Animus and the future stuff.
Well, not just that, but they did Assassin's Creed 3 was
I guess that
early
was the
America,
Revolutionary War.
so that's within 50 to 100 years of this probably.
I guess, yeah. And then Codename Jade is China, or I think it's China. And then
A
partnership,
Netflix
show and stuff. So it's just like, I don't know. I just thought it was weird, and I just thought it was fun. This is the only thing I thought was interesting from the show, from that entire event. I'm super disappointed because I watched it for an hour and a half, and that was all I took away.
This is why I don't watch these events anymore, Chaz. They're not worth it. They're fluff and build up and hype to a JPEG. So save yourself a couple of hours. It's not worth it. Watch the recap or find the images after they've been posted. My recommendation.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it. That was all I had to show for that. That was that whole event, in my opinion. But so did you guys had nothing else to say for Disney or nothing? I mean, I'm good on that.
No.
I watched through that whole thing too, and I was super bummed out after watching these two events back to back and doing videos on it, and I was like, wow, that was a waste of 2 hours.